Shri Krishna, corroborating text 17 and text 18 of chapter 18, Maharaj Pariksit cursed by Brahman boy of first canto creation of Srimad Bhagavatam, text 17. Tannah param punyam samavritartha makhyaan matyada bhuta yoga nishtham akhyahaya nantachari topapannam parikshitam bhagavata bhiramama. Thus, please narrate to us the narrations of the unlimited, for they are purifying and supreme. They were spoken to Maharaj Pariksit and they are very dear to the pure devotees, being full of bhakti yoga. What was spoken to Maharaj Pariksit and what is dear to the pure devotees is Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam is mainly full of the narrations of the activities of the Supreme Unlimited, and therefore it is the science of bhakti yoga or the devotional service of the Lord. Thus, it is para or supreme because although it is enriched with all knowledge and religion, it is specifically enriched with the devotional service of the Lord. Text 18. Sut uvacha aho vayam janma bhruto atya hasma vruddhanu vruttayapi viloma jataha daushakulya madhim vidhunoti shighram mahattamanam bhi dhana yogaha. Shri Suta Goswami said, O God, although we are born in a mixed caste, we are still promoted in birthright simply by serving and following the great who are advanced in knowledge. Even by conversing with such great souls, one can without delay cleanse oneself of all disqualifications resulting from lower births. Suta Goswami did not take his birth in a Brahman family. He was born in a family of mixed caste, or an uncultured low family, but because of higher association like Shri Shukdev Goswami and the great rishis of Naimisharanya, certainly the disqualification of inferior birth was washed off. Lord Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu followed this principle in pursuance of the Vedic usages, and by his transcendental association, he elevated many low-born or those disqualified by birth or action to the status of devotional service and established them in the position of acharyas or authorities. He clearly stated that any man, whatever he may be, whether a Brahman or Shudra by birth or a householder or mendicant in the order of society, if he is conversant with the science of Krishna, he can be accepted as an acharya or guru, a spiritual master. Suta Goswami learned the science of Krishna from great rishis and authorities like Shukdev and Vyasdev, and he was so qualified that even the sages of Naimisharanya eagerly wanted to hear from him the science of Krishna in the form of Srimad Bhagavatam. So he had the double association of great souls by hearing and preaching. Transcendental science or the science of Krishna has to be learned from the authorities, and when one preaches the science, he becomes still more qualified. So Suta Goswami had both the advantages, and thus undoubtedly he was completely freed from all disqualifications of low birth and mental agonies. This verse definitely proves that Shri Shukdev Goswami did not refuse to teach Suta Goswami about the transcendental science, nor did the sages of Naimisharanya refuse to hear lessons from him because of his inferior birth. This means that thousands of years ago, there was no bar to learning or preaching the transcendental science because of inferior birth. The rigidity of the so-called caste system in Hindu society became prominent within only 100 years or so, when the number of Dvija Bandhus or disqualified men in the families of higher castes increased. Lord Shri Chaitanya revived the original Vedic system, and he elevated Thakur Haridas to the position of Namacharya or the authority in preaching the glories of the holy name of the Lord. Although His Holiness Srila Thakur Haridas was pleased to appear in a family of Mohammedans. Such is the power of pure devotees of the Lord. The Ganges water is accepted as pure, and one can become purified after taking a bath in the waters of the Ganges. But as far as the great devotees of the Lord are concerned, they can purify a degraded soul even by being seen by the low-born, and what to speak of association. Lord Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to purify the whole atmosphere of the polluted world by sending qualified preachers all over the world, and it remains with the Indians to take up this task scientifically and thus do the best kind of humanitarian work. The mental diseases of the present generation are more acute than bodily diseases. It is quite fit and proper to take up the preaching of Srimad Bhagavatam all over the world without delay. Mahattamanam Bhidhana also means dictionary of great devotees or a book full of the words of great devotees. Such a dictionary of the words of great devotees and those of the Lord are in the Vedas and allied literatures, specifically the Srimad Bhagavatam. Hare Krishna.